But okay, we are recording now. So welcome everybody to tonight's call. It's Wednesday. It's a great week to be trading, and tonight we have kind of a special guest. You guys know him in the room as the MT4 guy. He's been trading for quite a few years. He's got, I don't know, a multitude of degrees in like engineering, works for the government, runs a furniture store. Like, he's kind of a jack of all trades, but he does Forex as something simple in his life. And this has been able to afford him and his family a ton of vacations, and this really changed his life. So this strategy that we're going to be using is kind of just a combination of his knowledge and mine, and some just public information. So, Mr. Irving, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, how's it going?
All right, very excited to launch this app and see if everybody really are successful, finding helpful in their careers.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now I've got my CoinEx account. This is my live account. But let's see. So is this about the settings we're looking at? Can you see enough of my screen?
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I probably should remove that one thing. Sorry. We have all this stuff on here. Delete. Cool. So these are the same settings that we were showing on the phone, and what we wanted to do was give Mr. Irving a chance to share this same setup on his phone. So you guys would see what it looks like on the phone and see if we can't look for a couple of trades. That's why we're on a little bit earlier, because 7:30, 8 p.m. my time just isn't a super wise time to get into a trade. Like, if it's only a scalp, fine, or if it's a long term that you're holding, but to find a new trade at that time, kind of foolish, because London tends to knock you out. So, Mr. Irving, did you want to share your screen?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now. You can just go ahead and do that, right?
Let me see. Give me 1 second.
Manage participants.
Hey, Jenny, are we, you recording this one?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Awesome. And by the way, hi.
Hey, how's it going? Girl, I think you stayed on my last call. All I know is I saw Fancy's name on my screen, and my recording was like legit 8 hours long. I was like, oh my word.
Oh, Lord. My computer got frozen.
That's probably what happened. I'm like, what is going on with this recording? So I finally figured out how to trim it. Told you guys I'm only like medium tech savvy, believe it or not. So I did trim it. I'm uploading it now to YouTube, and then I'll have it posted in the group from last night.
All right, so can you guys see my screen?
Yep, I can see it, Irving.
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
I can see it too.
All right, this is my phone, right? So pretty much I'm getting a lot of text private message where they're asking me how to show them how to set up my settings on the way that I have it on my phone. So this hopefully will clear up all the questions, because it's really hard to answer all of them, one by one. And finally, we found the opportunity to show how I do it. All right, so this is the way how I have it, right? So pretty much, if you want to add or delete any indicator on your phone, you tap twice anywhere in the screen, right? And then you're gonna have all the time frame, and then there's a little F right in there, right? So you click on that one, and then that's the indicators that I'm using right now. So on the parabolic SAR, so the step is 0.5 and the maximum is 0.2, and then the rest you leave it as a default. All right. So, and then you click done. And then if in this case, I have the moving average 100, and it's exponential and it's white. And then I have a moving average, which is the 9, the one that we're using on our triple arrow. And it's simple and it's a line. And then I have another one, which is the 18 simple, and it's the magenta. Make sure to apply it on the close. And if you want to add an additional moving average, all you have to do is click on the F plus, and then it's gonna show you all the indicators that are inside of the phone. So you can add whatever you want or delete. So that's how you add them, right? And then once you finish with that, if you want to add an additional indicator, it will give you, as soon as you click on the F plus, it's gonna give you a additional indicator window 1, for instance, right? So you click on that one and again, you select whatever you want. In this case, what I have here is the RSI, and as a default, it's gonna show you the 14 days on the period 14 days and apply it as a close. Everything is as a default. And what I had done, done on the levels is you click on the pencil and then just pretty much type, for instance, on this one. Well, that's it. So pretty much what you do is you just put the number in there, and then you can just copy the same settings that I have if you wish. Or you can change it whatever you want. So that's it. And then moving on, and then you're gonna add another window, and then you're gonna add the stochastic oscillator, right? On that one, I had the same settings that we're using on a triple arrow, which is the 36, the 9, and the 18. And the price field is close, close, and the method is exponential. And the style is the same color we're using, which is the lime and the magenta. And what I had done on the level is, as a default, it comes with 2080, but I had add the 50 line, right? And I put neutral on it. And pretty much that's it. So when you're done doing all the stuff, it will show you. Let me go back here. It will show your phone should look exactly as mine. Now, the way I usually take trades is I always start with the 4 hours. And like Jenny was saying the other day, as soon as when you start on 4 hours, I like to take trades when it breaks, when it rejects the 50 neutral 50 line on the RSI. For instance, in this case, it broke the 50 line down. Then pretty much what I do is I look down, and we had the statics turn red as well. And then if you look up all the parabolic, it was more than 3-4 forms already. So that was easily, if you would have taken a trade in there, it would be more than 10 pip. But the goal here is to take 10 pip and get out. I usually now I'm using 20-25 pip instead of 10, because I have found these two very successful. And so now my account is a lot bigger than what we talked about last week. So I'm very excited about this. And I don't know if anyone has any questions. Any question?
Hi, so you get in whenever it rejects the 50?
Say that again?
You only get in whenever it rejects the 50, like you were saying?
Yeah, that's it. For instance, right, in this case right here, let's add a, actually, for instance, I took a trade here, right? So okay. Everything else, it was telling me it was a sell. So that was exactly, that gave me my 10 pips. Or in my case, I look a little bit more than 10 pips now. But the goal here is to stick with those 10 pips and get out. So that is a win trade. If we go back here.
And if it goes over it, it's a buy, obviously, right?
No, this one was a sell.
Yeah, but if it goes over it, it's a buy. If it goes over the 50.
Correct.
Okay.
For instance, we got another one here. Let me add a vertical line. And that was look for a nice buy. All right, we got a buy here.
Irving, aren't you using the 15-minute chart for this?
Yes. No, what I'm showing them is how I usually start. I start with 4 hours, and then when I see the setup that it looks nice, then I move to 50 minutes, because at the end of the day, the longer time frame control the small one. So in instance right here, it showing me that it's a buy, right? So everything is the static. It turns is green. It's above the red, and it reject the 50 RSI line. Then what I do is I move to 50 minutes, right? In this case, right here, you see, I would enter right, yeah, right there, right? So that would be more than 50 pips. Well, for some reason, you can't count the pips on your phone, but for sure that was a win trade. Well, where was the other one? Let's see.
So on the 15-minute, what are you looking for? Like, I know what you're looking for in the 4 hour, but what about the 15 minutes?
On
like
50 minutes, my entry.
Yeah, but like, what would confirm an entry?
Well, the 4 hours already confirmed that it was a sell or either a buy. Then all what I do is on the 50 minutes, and then I execute the transaction, and then pretty much that's how I'm doing it.
Okay, and like if it rejects your 30 on your R side, it's basically a stronger buy.
Yes,
No.
but we're not teaching that. We want to stick to the 50. Once you reject the 50 line, then yes, go ahead and take and move from take your
okay.
But make sure, usually it's like 3-4 parabolics that already form on either on the 4 hours, and obviously on the 15 minutes gonna be more.
So you guys see how this looks on the phone, right? You guys see these settings, kind of, pretty simple. The reason why we release this as part of Pat's system is for the people who maybe just want to catch a few pips in between when they're not in front of their, maybe you're stuck at the dentist office. I mean, we all have a life here. So the idea is to take some of these trades and go for just a handful of pips, great risk to reward, and be able to do so from your phone. But if Irving, do you want to go ahead and let me share my screen real quick?
Sure, 1 second.
Okay, cool. So similar concept. Whoopsie, share screen, ta-da. So I'm going to go back to my VPS here. This is my CoinX account. It's my live account. Can you guys see my mouse over here?
Yeah, I can see it.
Yes, we can.
So that's kind of where I've got my stuff set up. The concept was, you see these buy-sell lines? This is the super easy SR. This chart happens to have the newest release. Pat is working on it right now in releasing these. So this is daily support and resistance as well as 4-hour support and resistance, right? That's kind of what we're looking at. And if I go to my indicators list, that should be set at daily. And let me verify just to honor you guys that this is set at 4 hours. So we technically have 2 forms of support and resistance on this chart. And I've seen a lot of multi-million-dollar traders use things like that. So what I've been doing in terms of this strategy is this. So you can choose your oscillators. A lot of people, if you've been trading for a while, they were taught the overbought, oversold. And if you're like me, you probably lost a lot of money with that concept, right? Come on, somebody's got to say yes to that. Some of us have got our butts.
Definitely ironed my butt.
Okay. So we don't trade that way. That's foolish trading. And if you're not a month old, like we don't still want to be acting like a toddler here. So, but we do know that anything above the 50 moving average or above or below the 50 RSI. So if it's above, it's uptrending. It's below, it's downtrending. And if you look at the RSI in that manner, you're going to have a lot more success with it. So similar concept, like this is odd USD, and maybe we'll find a good trade here. Maybe we won't, but this is the most recent 4-hour support and resistance, right? So we'd be looking for sells. We'd be looking for the parabolic stars, which we know is set at 0.5. Those are kind of a 20-year veteran. Those settings are from a 20-year veteran. Super killer. I wouldn't change them if I were you, but that's the ones that we like. You're looking for a couple confirmations. So this will be on recording, but you know when you write stuff down, you retain it better, so maybe write it down. You're looking for the 4-hour support and resistance line, and Pat is creating the system that's sending alerts to your phone. That's number one confirmation. Number two confirmation is you're looking for the flip of the stars. So this was going up, and it flipped, so now it's going down, right? So that's the second confirmation. Your third confirmation is the cross of the 9 and 18, okay? Well, those are the wrong settings, but I can fix those. This is, again, a different account that I was logging into. And then, of course, this is your 50 moving average. You guys can choose whether you want the faster entry or slower entries, but I'll explain that in a second. So we've got one entry, well, one confirmation, 2, 3. Our fourth is when price breaks below the 50, okay, and maybe rejects it, or the point is it's on the other side. So it broke the 50 is the concept. And you can use Stochastic, you can use ADX, you can use, like some people like the TDI. My eyes don't like the TDI, so like if you're good at that, that's fantastic for you. You can choose your settings according to you, and you've got 2 entries here. So your first entry would be the cross, because everything lined up. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this didn't really line up to, this was still saying this was a sell, right? My purple line's on top. But you guys don't have to worry about this if you don't want to learn ADX, or I can teach this in another video. So that's your fast entry with a tighter stop loss. Your safest entry is the one where it broke the 50. This is your 50 EMA. Same concept. And you're only going for 10 pips. That's it. And especially with a tight spread, wait for my computer to catch up to me. Okay, you're going to get that 99% of the time, period. And if you got in here, you would have got it sooner. So the difference between the faster entry and the slower entry is one of them is going to be more accurate. So this is going to be more accurate, but it's also slower. It takes more patience. And this one's going to be, it'll have a tighter stop loss, but you're going to have a slightly lower accuracy because many times it'll come down to that 50 moving average and it'll just reject. That happens quite often. But you're only looking for buys if it's on top of the 50 and sells if it's below it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
And
it
if
makes
you,
sense.
that's the point of the system is to still keep in line with Pat's system. So this would be, think of it this way. This is an added confirmation. So we know that a lot of people are having some killer life-changing success with that Stairmaster strategy. And so if you got the dot, you got the alert on your phone that says, hey, guess what? Odd USD has a dot on the 4-hour or has a dot on the daily. And you pop down to the 15-minute time frame. You waited for it to line up, okay? You could take it here, or you could take it here. Well, this candle is kind of the one that broke it, but it's kind of zoomed out. And again, you want everything to line up. So it broke the 50 and retested it. It was still below the 50. This is saying sell, crossover, sell, sell, broke below it. And all you're doing is 10 pips. Like, and if any of you have been around for longer than a few months, I'm sure you have those people in your life who like literally are trading 10 to 20 pips a week. They're literally trading very, very insanely small amounts a week. Let's wait for that to close over. So you would have hit your 10 pips here. We got to add the spread, you know. This is a pretty tight spread broker, so my spread's like here. But you don't need a ton of pips. So if you got just 10, 20 pips a day, there's traders right now that are turning 20, I think it's $100 to $1 million in 24 trades. 10 pips is all they're going for. This would have came back, but then you got your pips.
Jenny, how big are our stop loss in that? Like 10 pip stop loss also?
Well, that's the problem with scalping. So you have to pick your kind of, got to make your decision there. If you're asking me, don't take ugly trades. So Don't be playing with pools that are just ugly. Your best place for the stop loss is above the parabolic stars.
Okay.
Or at the support and resistance. So I talked to Pat before we got on, and I wanted to confirm what he was doing in terms of the daily dots, and his stop loss is just above the daily dots. If that's too big, so let's find an ugly trade. Because again, we all want to talk about the pretty ones, but sometimes stuff looks like this, right?
Yeah.
And when you see ugly trades like this big wick, we don't want to play with that. We don't want a 30, 40 pip stop loss, okay? Depending on where you entered, if you entered here or here, we don't want a 1-to-3 ratio. We want it as close to 1-to-1 as possible. So you're looking for the best ones possible. And you can flip through your chart, like seriously, I don't know, let's say you have a day job, so you look in the morning real quick while you're, having your, I don't know, mental veg time, or at lunch break real quick, or like before you drive home from work, and just 3 times a day, or maybe before you go to bed. You don't usually enter too many Euro or GBP pairs before London, unless you know that you know, because they play with London a lot of volatility there. But it's super easy. It's too easy.
Yep.
Does anybody have any major questions in terms of like this strategy?
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful. I can see your name because you're Dorian. Nice to talk to you. Well, the Zoom is on my VPS today. Sometimes it is and sometimes it's not. So I have no idea who's talking. But go ahead.
So this setup, this is on the MT4. We could do that?
Technically, yeah. So you can do this on MT4. Yeah.
Okay. And you just added the 50 SMA, correct?
No, I like the EMA. It's faster.
We'll set that to
Personally.
EMA. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that goes for even your triple arrow system. If you want a confirmed move, you're looking for buys when it's on top of it. You're looking for sells when it's below it. Like if you want simple trading, keep your life simple. And then you won't go wrong near as often, I promise.
Are they all EMAs?
Yes, sir.
So it's is it the 8, 15 or 9, 15, and 50?
Pat does the 9 and 18. I do the 8 and 18. I like the 8 because I like the number. And I like the 8 because Dr. Spiller used that. And I like the 8 because it's a little faster. But you'll notice whether we do 5 and 13, like you can play around with those numbers. If you look at the most successful traders, guys, it's just a matter of like you finally seeing the markets the way your eyes see the markets. Like we can teach you everything we know, but at the end of the day, you got to see it your way to be successful. Like your eyes have to see what you see.
Okay. Yeah, I was used to 8 EMA, and I think the 50 was a SMA before. But I'll try the EMA. Have them both set to EMA.
We'll try the 8. If you like the 8, do 8 and 18. Like,
Okay.
and I do the 50 SMA. It's slightly, but try them both and see how you like it. And if you're just like a super SMA guy, cool for you. Like, good on you. You do you. No hard feelings. You'll find accuracy with that. As long as you follow your rules, you create rules based off of what you see. I promise you will have massive success.
Jenny,
Okay.
Hey, Irving.
can you, I have something amazing that I didn't want to say anything about it. We pretty much have a indicator where it has everything that we just talked about it, and it will send the alert either on your phone or your PC. If you want, you can share. You can let me. You can share.
Are you talking about the dashboard?
Nah. Let me share your screen or maybe.
All right, cool. Because I've had the dashboard app. I paid for the annual membership. Well, first I paid for the monthly membership for a little while.
No, this
then I
is
paid for the annual membership, and it was like not all that great. I was like, too much noise, too much problem, and inaccurate and slow.
Yeah. Let me show you.
Yes, sir.
This is pretty amazing.
The screen is yours. Let's see.
Hold on. Can you guys see my screen?
I see your name.
Okay, bear with me. Now, can you see it?
There we go. Yes, sir.
Look at this. This is amazing. See here? Usually it's the same crossover, but in here we have it on 4 hours and daily. And the RSI, like I was explaining earlier, is on 4 hours, right? And then you move to 50 minutes. And then it's gonna send you a notification on your phone. Same thing with the MA. I have it here 9, simple, close. Then I have the other one 18, simple, close. The RSI is 10, 14 days, close, 70, 30. You can change this whatever you want. This is not ready yet, but I'm testing it. And so pretty much it will send a alert to your PC or your mobile. It's pretty amazing.
You mean the MT4 mobile, right? Not text messages?
Yes. And into your mobile alert, yeah. As soon as you receive that, which all you have to do is go ahead and verify not to take a trade, because you can't be taking a trade blindly. So you go ahead and verify that everything that you have received is accurate. And that's it. And I'm telling you, my account is growing so fast. It's unbelievable. So pretty much that's what we have done.
Awesome. Is that something that you bought or paid for? Is that something you want to share with the group or?
Not yet. I'm still testing it with another team member in the group. And once we know that it's 100% accurate, then we see, I have to talk to him and see what his opinions are on this. But pretty much you can add all the pairs that you want. So pretty much you're gonna be scanning it, and that's it.
So the biggest thing is, can you set it to where, like, I don't want overbought, oversold, because that's amateur hour. I want it to be, break of the 50 RSI. Like, I want the 50 alert, not the 70 and 30.
I mean, you can. It's up to you. You can put here 50, whatever
So I
you
can do
want.
55 and 45, for example.
55, and then you can change it 45. You can customize it however you want. So I just have it at 70-30 because that's what I like. Because my rule, my personal rule is I like to take the trades once it rejects the 30 and the 70. But in this case, we were explaining about the 50. But either way, you're going to have that confirmation on your phone. So all you have to do is go back and double check if what you have received is accurate. If you like it, then go ahead and take your 10 pip and flip those 10 pip and get out. Then look for another setup and so on. Whatever pairs you put on the symbol to be scanned, that's what you're going to be receiving.
I like that. I'd probably put it on I put it on the 15-minute chart.
Yeah, I mean it's the exact same thing, except that you just gonna the indicator is gonna be doing the hard work for you. So
no, that's awesome.
Yeah, coming soon. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. Okay.
All right, awesome. Okay, guys, do you guys have any questions, comments, and all that good jazz? Let's see.
Could you pair the RSI with the triple arrows?
Yes.
Like on the 4 hour?
So like the people who've been signing up with my brokers, check it out. Let me go to a different screen. Go to this one.
I like the RSI. I've never used it, but I like it just by looking at it.
Okay, well, if you like it, sorry, who's this talking?
Edward.
Okay, so listen. Pat and I have talked about it a lot. Everything I say is going to be as much in favor as him and all of his ways, and vice versa. We're just going to teach you what we know, and here's what I know. So none of this is law. Okay, none of this is like the golden rule. Okay, this is, if you like the RSI, if it works for you. So here, let's drop it on this chart real quick. But if you're asking me how to use it, your call. First off, it's your account. Oh darn it! Now I lost that Zoom bar again. This Zoom thing, let me tell you, it's crazy. I would have it set at 10. This is me. But again, I'll tell you what I do. I can tell you that, you know, I've worked with many multiple 7, 8, 9-figure traders. One the 10-figure trader, like verified 10-figure trader.
Yeah.
And they definitely don't do the 14. You can set this up however you want, but the thing I care about is the 50. But you don't have to do what I do. You have to see it the way you see it.
Exactly.
So if it was me, the cool thing about the RSI is our triple arrows came in, right? We're assuming the yellow arrow is probably here or something, right? Or the seabird somewhere around here. Either way, our triple arrows came in. We had a crossover. We have confirmation. Well, this isn't confirming yet, but we have some confirmation. But the cool thing is, this is still kind of hanging out. So like this would have saved us some problems. I mean, so it just depends. If you like the RSI and your eyes see the RSI really well, wait for it to break, retest, and then continue. Because we wanted to essentially break out of this zone, right? Charts, insert.
Wait, can you look at the 4 hour? That's what I like trading off of.
Okay, let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. Let's go to the 4 hour. Especially if you're using the 4 hour, do not use the 14. It's too slow. Well, that's just my opinion again. Like, I am not a financial advisor, da-da-da-da-da. You've heard the speech before.
So, I mean, if you're using the 14, what time frame would you trade? The 30?
If you're using the 14, like,
what you run on?
I don't use the 14, so, like, you have to learn to use it the way you see it. So, my recommendations on this setting is 10, because that works for me. But because the 14 is slow, and this is already, every indicator on your chart is technically a lagging indicator. So if it does not repaint, by definition, it's lagging. It's doing what price already is doing. So by definition, this is already behind. Making it more behind is more foolish if you're asking me. That's just the bottom line. So the cool thing about the RSI is we got this triple, we got the arrow, we've got a buy sell dot, but it's not ready yet. It's not changing the direction. Notice how when this happened, so it came back up, retested the 50, it stayed below the 50 this entire time. So you knew this was selling this entire time. And that happens like across the board. It broke above the 50, okay, it's gonna keep going up, okay? But again, if I'm telling you and you're asking my advice, just don't be the amateur who says, hey, price is overbought at 90, it's at 90, because that works, it works really well. It works so well that you're going to win like 20 trades. And then on that 21st trade, you're going to have like 10 standards on that pair. And you're going to be like in it to win it. You're about to buy a Lamborghini or your wife a car or something. You know, this is game change time. And that's the time the NZD just decided it wanted to keep going. And that's the reality. So like take odd JPY. Odd JPY was probably overbought, oversold for, I don't know, what, the last 2-3 weeks because of that election. Period. It was just there, but it still was never ready to turn around. Never, it wasn't ready to turn around. All this is still going. See that? Yeah. Even though our system was telling us to try to buy, it wasn't ready yet. Like it just wasn't ready. Yeah. To give you an idea, just if you're going to use it in conjunction with the system, use it in a wise way. Use it at the break of the 50. Don't count so much on overbought, oversold. I mean, you can, if you have a small spread account, this is not a small spread account, but you can use it for like a scalp. But we both know that scalping is an easy way to lose a lot of money. So if you're going to be losing money, you may as well just send it over to me. So just saying. Yeah.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, how's it going?
It's me again. I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I can't. There you go. Now who's talking?
Dorian.
Dorian, how's it going?
I'm doing great.
Okay. How can I help you?
Yeah, I was wondering, is your ADX on default or do you have the same settings as Dr. Spiller?
Dr. Spiller uses 10. Is that not correct?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
So I got away from using ADX because as most of us traders evolve, we get into things, we get out of things. But since I started trading this isn't a great chart to show you. Let's go to a different one. Since I started really heavily playing with the daily dots, okay, and I've been doing super well with them. The thing is I found it to be, this is super accurate, but this doesn't tell me anything just yet, does it?
No.
So this whole area is a little bit of like a gray area. So having said that, like I needed something else, and since the RSI is more of to me, I use it as a trend reversal. So like if you work with Dr. Spiller, you know that Dr. Spiller be drawing trend lines on his RSI, like, and he tells you it's the 50, it's the 50, it's the 50, right? At least he did when I was still with him. So I added my ADX because if we follow this throughout history, well, this is on the day chart, so let's not look at the day chart, but let's go to the 1 hour. And this is on GU. I put the ADX back on my chart for this purpose and this purpose alone. When I'm looking at these moments, my money tree string line turned, but I still want to slightly faster than my 50, right? Because my 50 is my gold line. And again, if you worked with Dr. Spiller, you know that he's all about like confirmed moves. So he was pretty big on that 52. But the problem with that is, like this move, the 50 is far away.
Yes.
The 50 is just too far away on some of this. So the ADX, I'm all moving my mouse around like I'm crazy. Sorry. On moves where the MACD didn't tell me yet, so like right here, the MACD was really tiny. There's just no real confirmation yet. We got a crossover, but tiny little line. This is a big move that, you know, we can catch if you have the right tools. So the ADX is kind of helping me with that. And it really lines up with this other indicator that me and a friend use. It's a currency strength indicator. So without this, I wouldn't be able to see that move.
Okay.
Same concept. You want the momentum putting up, right? If the momentum is hanging out below the 20, like it's just not a good time to get in that trade because the volume's not there. So if the white line is kind of chilling down here, we don't want to be part of that. You want the clear crossover, preferably above the 20. Above the 25 is stronger, right? And that's how I kind of use it. So you're more than welcome to add any insight. But again, all we are, like I'm a sponge. So I retain all this information and then I apply it. And I'm just really good at creating rules, you know, rules that work for me. So for this system, and you can use this with the parabolic stars as you just saw, where whatever that chart was, this one. So I don't even need these extra overbought, oversold because I don't care about them. This was overbought and oversold according to the 30 way back here. So on US 30, this would have cost me my entire account if I listened to that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's how much it would have cost. And this, yeah, that's still going down. It's just like, it's going. So if you listen just to the 30 and the 70, you're going to blow your account. It's just going to take one time. And it's going to be the time where you're like, hey, I won 50 trades. I'm up in my lot size, baby. It's going to be that time, I promise, because it's always that time. It's like the axiom of trading. So that's all I can say is the ADX is fine.
That's probably what they call the inverse narrative, what most trading educators teach the vast majority of traders, because someone has to lose in order for someone to win. And the market, you know, they want us to lose.
Well, and when you think about it that way, what's our safest bet? Our safest bet is to, I mean, we can get super naked here. So here, I'll go to GU. Hold on. New chart.
Okay.
Super naked. Notice how even my naked chart has a 50. Because even if you follow just one thing throughout history, every time it breaks, could you get your 20 pips? 99% of the time, the answer is yes. So when it's trending, it's trending. So if you want to find the trend, that's what you're doing. You're finding the trend. This was news, fine, whatever. But news you can't control. But you can find the trend everywhere. So we can get super naked. And if we just add this and the RSI, just those two things. Like, most stuff works. The reason why it doesn't work for people is because they don't know how to use it. So if you were only taking, you have a few set of rules. You have a trading plan that has you increase your lot size accordingly and not by greed, not by fear. So you lost 5 trades, so now you upped your lot size because you want a revenge trade. Or you won 5 trades and you want to up your lot size because you feel kind of cocky, you're feeling good. Either way, if you're not following your rules and a plan, you're about to lose. That's the psychology. That says the market's mentally abusive. And if you can't control, like, just create 10 rules, dude. Create a trading plan. Like, this is my lot size. I'm going to go for this many percent. And this is what I'm going to do. And that means I don't care if I won 10 or if I lost 10. I'm going to follow these rules for an entire 30 days before I adjust them at all. Like, it's too easy. It's always going to be too easy. But it keeps you out of the noise. So, yep. And then it works. It'll save you from making bad calls. So this one, like, it'll just save you from making bad calls, always. So.
Okay.
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, Fancy, I recognize your voice. How's it going?
It's going good. How about you?
Fantastic. Kind of a busy day, but I'm here. So, I can't come back. Coffee, too.
Right. Thanks for having us here. I have a question. I want to do the daily because I don't get off work until 6 o'clock and I don't make it home till like 7. So I can't even get on Pat sessions anymore because I'm already on the road at 4 o'clock. So I want to know on the daily, like I heard you say that in the evening is not really good to start trading.
If you're trading the daily, that doesn't even matter.
Okay.
Because, well, I mean, it does, it doesn't. Like, it depends on how you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, like, don't enter your trade on Thursday or Friday if you're trading the daily, because that's just a bad day to pay weekend swap fees. But, like, this, I don't want to pick you a perfect move because everyone picks a perfect move when they give an example, right?
Right.
Let's pick an ugly move. Because that's the ones we want to learn on. We don't want to learn on the, hey, this move just bought me an island. You want to learn on this move is paying for my mortgage,
Right.
Doing safely. So let's take this one. It's not the biggest. It's not the worst. You had a confirmed setup with whatever indicators you find most pleasing to your eyes. What's eye candy to you? Okay.
Okay.
These are the ones that I'm kind of favoring these days. Big arrow, buy, sell. Well, that one's super easy. So this is 4-hour support, not daily. Let's go to the daily chart for you. Sorry. Whoopsie. This is really ugly because that stop loss. So would you trade this one?
Well, it's already in the trend. So no.
Well, this is technically trending down until it what? Until it breaks this area, right?
Right.
This is a downtrending market until it breaks this trend line. So you see where I'm moving my mouse?
Right.
Until it breaks that, this is still downtrending. The arrow doesn't change that. The arrow just says a move may come. So this is downtrending until it breaks. So I would not trade this entry. I would trade this entry or this entry. I'd even probably be dumb enough to trade this entry, but I would not trade this entry because of this wick. So do you want a stop loss that is, oh, come on, silly, come on. So why would I not trade this entry?
Because it's
because of news. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I said just because of news.
Well, we didn't know news was going to do that. So like, and the arrow didn't even come up until after this news. Well, it might have been here, probably was, but what's wrong with this entry, guys?
Big stop loss.
Huge stop loss. There you go. So skip this trade. Look, when you guys are looking for a trade, you're not only looking at your indicators. You're looking at, is this a good trade from a risk to reward standpoint? You're looking at, especially if you're trend trading, because a daily trade is going to be a trend trade. And of course, my little Zoom button thing isn't on here, so I got to use this crazy tool. So bear with me.
Okay.
So this is a trend line. It bounces around a lot, but not super accurate. But you have one touch. Just imagine a little bit closer. This is still a downtrending market until it breaks it and retests. So it broke it, retest. Well, this is news, obviously, but kind of even came back again. Now we're in a different direction, right?
Right.
This is still downtrending. And there's no indicator on the planet that can change that's mind. So this can tell us it was a buy. It was for a minute, and now it's not. It was for a minute, now it's not. But so for the day chart, like, just stay away from super ugly trades and be prepared to only take like 4 trades a month. And if you can mentally handle that, and you're not going to feel like, oh no, I'm not being productive, and oh no, like, I'm not trading, so I'm not going to make any money, and like, this was my plan, I'm not even putting my effort into it. Like, people get really tripped up on that. If you can control those emotions, if you will, then yeah, you can trade the daily and just find your trades. Look for the trades every Monday, every Wednesday. Look for the best possible setups. So when you see this off the buy sell dots, you can easily do that. You want this broke that support, so this is going to keep going down. GBP just ain't. It's not playing nice. It's not playing nice at all because it broke that previous support and resistance, and it's continuing down.
Okay.
We'll see. So just pick your trades. You can pick them on Monday or Wednesday would be my preference day for my longer term trades. Go through, pick two.
So would you say like early in the morning, or is there like, I mean, because I'm actually on the road at 4 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yes, ma'am.
That is insane.
I know, right? I hate it too. But I gotta do what I gotta do.
Okay, well, then let's help you find a way to not do that. So if you get up at, so what time do you get up? And you're in Central Time Zone, right?
Yep, I'm in Central. I get up at 3.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Like
have any
when you
sleep.
get
Like I
up
gotta
to
go to
milk
bed
cows.
early. Huh?
That's like when you get up to milk cows.
I know, right? It's different, but like I said, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Got to do what you got to do. Right on.
My word. Well, I commend you, absolutely. So my butt is not up at 3 unless I accidentally like woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. So I promise you it's the only reason I'm up. So for day charts, listen, this is an entire day. So this candle closes at 4 p.m. your time, right?
Right.
So what time do you get off work?
6. I make it home by 7.
How many days a week do you work?
I get Sunday off.
Girl.
If I get off early on Saturday.
That's too much work. It's not good for your soul. Okay, the Italians have that saying. It's I'm going to probably butcher this word. Okay, I'm not going to try to say it, but it's the art of doing nothing, right?
Right.
I can't say it because my Italian's not that good, but that's too much work. So
Way too much.
Okay, here's what you're going to have. You're going to see this candle closed, okay? You're going to see a bullish candle. You're going to see super easy support. So this is my 4-hour. This is my daily. You're going to see these confirmations. You're going to decide if you want to take this trade. So you would have to check in the evening. But in your case, the only thing you'd be majorly avoiding is like this week, you wouldn't be trading a bunch of USD or GBP because there's too much news for Thursday and Friday, right?
Right.
But once you're in that trade, so if you got in this trade, the odds are there's going to be news in between here. Like that's none of your business and not your problem.
Okay.
Once you're in profit, you always protect your profit, right?
Right.
And if you're going to ask me or I'm going to teach you, a lot of people don't do that because they say, well, oh man, I missed the move. I'll say again, and I'll say it 1,000 times. I am more than happy with missing the move. I am not happy with like, let's take this. So we got in this trade a little late because we wanted a confirmation, whatever. We were up 290 pips. And because we wanted to hold this with no stop loss, no trailing stop, no take profit, and it went behind us, like you have to think that on 10 standards, this was literally $30,000, okay?
Okay.
So when you look at trades, I want you to see 10 standards.
Okay.
And then I promise you'll treat it differently. Like, so when you take this trade, would you protect that money? Yes or no? So if you were
mean like with a stop, you mean like with a take profit?
Like I told somebody else today, I don't care how you decided to protect your money. It's your money. But I do care that you protect your money. The biggest thing is I'm not some exceptional guru. I'm just really good at following rules. I'm really good at protecting my money. So either use a trailing stop, have a take profit, or always move your stop loss up. And then each day that you're up a little bit, move it up a little bit further.
Okay.
If you're asking me. Now, Pat doesn't do that. Pat lets his run, which is great for him. But until you have, okay, Pat's at a different point in life. I'm at a different point in life. So I've already had my huge property and tons of acres and realized that, that really wasn't that fun. It's a lot to clean. Like it's not that great.
Right.
we're at different points. Like, you think differently. So for me to teach people who don't have 50 grand to put in this account, they've got 500. Your first job is to protect your money. So if you're asking me, you can take any of these trades based off of in the evening, because this is the close of the candle, right? Candle close. This one would have came back, but if your stop loss was at support and resistance, then you would have been fine and it went in your favor. But if you had no money management, what would have happened? So this is when that candle closed. You got off work, you were chilling, you were doing whatever, you got your nails done, and you got in whatever. Let's say you got in here, okay? The thing is, this trade went in your favor by 250 pips. Well, let's just say 230, okay? 230, which is, again, 10 standards, $23,000. But you had no tools in, and then you took a vacation, or you weren't looking or weren't paying attention. The very next day, after this one beautiful day, now you only got 10 grand, and now you got no grands.
Gotcha. Okay. Now I understand.
That's just how I see it. So if you're asking me, you can take any of these trades on the daily, in the evening, pretty safely. Only picking 4 to 5, do 10% risk per trade. But you need to have some money management that says, I move my stop loss up, I always apply a trailing stop. Like once I'm 100 pips in profit, I always apply a trailing stop. Or, you know, I have this take profit, or I move my stop loss up, but some form of money management rule. Because without that, it doesn't matter how often you're right, you're going to be wrong all the time.
Okay. So what about like carrying it on through the weekend? Can I do that? I mean, because you said something about having the cost over the weekend.
What broker are you using?
Hugo's Way.
Hugo's Way is not bad. Some brokers have some crazy swap fees, but when you're trading the daily, we're not worried about overall swap fees and commissions. We're worried about the overall move. So you can't avoid swap fees. I will tell you that from my experience, Euro Odd has the worst swap fees. So if you're swing trading, don't trade that pair. Because swing trading is just a bad pair to hold, because a lot of brokers have some really stupid rule where, like, on Wednesdays, it's 4 times the swap fee. Or if you buy on this day or sell on this day, your swap fee is double. They have some really crazy stuff around that pair that I can't even begin to explain intelligently whatsoever, like at all.
Okay.
So if you're not worried about that, just hold it. Hold it, and you can keep moving your stop and profit. The only thing I'm going to tell you is don't freak out when it goes against you because you had no money management.
Okay. Okay.
Fair enough?
Yep, that's fair.
Okay, awesome.
All right, thank you.
Hi, Jenny.
You're welcome. Hey, how's it going?
Hi. Well, I'm pretty new to this the Super Forex Easy, and I have a question on lot size. Do you? Well, I'm not sure if you guys have it anywhere in the system or any information about it. Like, what lot size should you use on an account? Like, how much money you have on an account? What's the best way of using lot size?
Okay, so welcome to the family, first off. Welcome to training. Secondly, the short answer to that is no one can or should answer that question. And the reason why is I don't know your broker. I don't know your leverage. I don't know what pair you're referencing. I don't know how much is in your account. I don't know what your appetite for risk is and how much you're willing to lose. And I don't even know how big your stop loss is on this particular trade. So on some trades, your stop loss is going to be 10 pips. You're going to have a bigger lot size. On some trades, your stop loss is going to be 30 pips. You're going to have a smaller lot size. Not every pair trades the same. So GBP is worth $10 per pip. Euro GBP is worth like $13.67 per pip, I think. Euro JPY is worth like $7 or $6 per pip. So every one of those pairs is different. Are you following me so far?
Yeah.
So with that many variables, the basic rule of thumb is this: 0.01 for every $100 in your account. That's how much you can risk. That's the basic rule of thumb, but it's a very generic rule. And if you're asking me, it's a useless rule because there's too many variables. But the basic across the board Forex rule is you're doing a 0.01 for every $100, a 0.1 for every 1,000, and a standard for every 10,000. But if you're asking me, what you need to do is, what is your leverage?
My leverage is about what? It's about 500 to 1, something like that.
Okay,
'Cause
500 to 1 is pretty good. It's pretty across the board standard. But if you know you have 500 to 1 leverage, the next step is to go to like a pip calculator. One of the ladies in the group was kind enough to recommend an app called Stenu, STNU. I personally use my FX book. There's about 15 billion Forex calculators you can use. Pick one, and then you'll be able to type in the pair you're trading, how big your stop loss is, if it's 20 pips or if it's 40 pips, how much you want to risk in percent or in dollars, and then it'll let you choose. It'll tell you what the lot size is. Because if I tell you a 0.01 on Euro JPY, or here, let me be more fair, a 0.1 on Euro GBP, and that blows your 500 to 1 account because you had a 150 pip stop loss, that's not really fair of me to do and fair for you to experience, right?
Yeah.
So get really good at using that calculator, and then you'll kind of see if I'm trading 5% risk, what size to use.
Sorry?
You'll get really good at it. If you use that calculator, you'll get really good.
Okay. All right then.
And Jenny, what was the name of that calculator again?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I like my FX book personally because I already have so much on that app. But you can also use Stenu, STNU. It's a free app. Very, very generic, very, very easy to use, not complex at all.
Okay.
Any other comments, questions?
Danny, can you explain ADX or no? Like how that works?
Yes, so this is US 30. It's a very choppy thing. I'm kind of working on something with it. It's kind of fun. ADX, this white line is momentum. So my purple is my seller's power. My green is my buyer's power. Got it?
Green buyer, right?
Well, that's my colors though. So my negative DI is my sellers and my positive DI is my buyers. Because you can color these whatever you like. You might not like purple. I like purple. So the negative DI is your sellers, the positive DI is your buyers, and this one is your momentum. It's your momentum index, okay? So these settings, again, they came from Dr. Spiller. So I always try to give credit to wherever I got any information, but it is set at 10. We have a 20 and a 25 and a 40 level, okay? And in this, what we're looking for is, let's go to our actual charts. Let's go to this is why I actually started using, again, was my daily dots, because it was so on point. So let's say we get this signal and we're not quite sure. Let's go to a really ugly trade. This one, okay? This kind of has a long wick. We're not quite sure. It's kind of consolidating. We know not to enter based off of what's the rest of our indicators are telling us. So when we look down at this, our white momentum line is kind of hovering around the 20 and 25, right?
Yeah.
So the cool thing is this did exactly what price is doing. These are all lagging indicators, so anybody who points that out is going to be pointing out the truth because it's a lagging indicator. But the point is what we're looking for is something like this. So this right here, again, this is opposite, that we have our momentum going up, and now we know something's about to happen. So our seller's line, our negative DI, our seller's line, our purple line, crossed over our green, and that our seller's line crossed over the 20 and the 25, as did momentum. So this mark right here, I'll draw a line. That right there is what's showing you something is about to happen. Oh, silly me, sorry. Delete. Might not be 221. So that's a little bit early, right? But that's it. Now we've got real confirmation, and it consolidated a bit more, but I'm just showing you the not perfect setups, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to see those. So what do we see again? The momentum kind of came back down. So it told you price was stalling, but it didn't give you a confirmed buy yet or a sell yet, right? But what happened over here? We had a nice huge cross of the sell. We had momentum going up, still not quite as high as we want it. Not yet, but again, we're going to draw a line here. So you learn to see what I see. And you can kind of replay this video back. There we go. Sorry, guys. I'm about to give you whiplash with my mouse. Stop it. Okay. So that's what we see. And then when we see this big move past the 25, big move, now we're getting an actual trend change. Do you see this?
Yeah.
And the momentum is going to come in and out. It's very normal. But we're using this as confirmation. Like, I like it because sometimes this is just, it's a little unclear. Like, it's my favorite indicator. It's one of the most accurate indicators. I love it for the way I use it. I love it. But sometimes it just gives us a, 50 shades of gray kind of area. So there's no answer here.
Yeah.
That's how I use it. You just, essentially, you want the crossover, the perfect crossover. You want momentum high. If momentum is going down, there's no money in that pair, so stay out of it until it starts going up. Period.
Oh, okay.
Does that answer your question?
Kind of. You seemed a little confusing still, but I mean.
I'm sorry. But
No,
that's
it's
all
fine.
I'm looking for. So, well, you're going to learn, and you can replay this video. So I'll make it really big for you. Hold on. I'll make it super big. And we'll zoom out. Okay. So when momentum is above that 40, that's really powerful. Okay. We don't necessarily need that, but we do want this nice crossover where the sellers are over the buyers, right? Sellers have more power than the buyers, right?
Yeah.
And the bottom is going up. So even we have to pretend like we can't see anything past this. And that's really hard to train your brain to do, but just kind of bear with me. Pretend like we can't see anything past that yellow dot. So pretend it's all blocked out. If we would see that there's a crossover, right, of the green and the purple, the negative DI and the positive DI, and we see that the momentum is going up, right, this entry, again, in confirmation with it's below the 50, it had the buy sell lines, money tree string turn color, that's your confirmation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now it kind of does, yeah.
And the same things, if we're looking for a buy, this one's not very pretty, but that was news, so you can't really expect it to be. I mean, that's all we're looking for. That's it. That's not a great one either. Let me find a buy. Let's see. It's not a buy. Can't use that one because that's the perfect news move. We don't want that. Let's go to here. A couple different buying opportunities. So let's see what we see. We have an impulse candle, a buy sell, 4-hour and daily dot, same place, right?
Yeah.
And then we have high levels of momentum. The reason we have high levels of momentum is you see these two momentum candles?
Yeah.
Those are engulfing candles. Those are powerful candles. That's an indication that a move is coming. Something is about to happen. It's not guaranteed, but it's just a really good indication. So what do we have here? Again, not super clear, but we have high levels of momentum and a perfectly, why do I keep doing that, Jenny? Perfectly clean cross, okay? So if you got in super early, there's that. If you're looking for, you want to wait till after the consolidation. Let's scoot over. When's the next really good cross you see where the buyers take over? Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
There you go. This is the perfect move. So again, it's easy to point out a perfect move, but that's why I'm trying to point out imperfect moves too.
So basically, with the cross, that changes the.
Go ahead.
Oh, basically with the cross, that basically like determines if it's going to be like a change or something.
Well, yeah, because your buyers, so this says it's buying. Momentum is high, green is on top, purple's on bottom. This says, baby, I'm about to buy. And you have enough other confirmations. The purpose of this was keeping me from getting in trades that weren't ready. So at this very moment, the problem was the ADX, like if you pretend you can't see, I really wish I could just like black out some of my screen sometimes, but pretend we can't see anything past this. We just know the cross happened. But we also know that the momentum is pointing where?
Down now.
So right here it's pointing down. So if we got in on this cross, we would know momentum's pointing down. So we'd wait till it was at least pointing back up. This is not a good entry. Like, okay, because the momentum is pointing down. Again, we've got something happening here, but momentum's pointing down, kind of choppy. I mean, if you're really hungry, you could take it. It typically is pretty accurate. But again, momentum is still coming down. So we have a crossover here, but momentum doesn't have a whole bunch, so you could have got in here. This is an acceptable one because at least on this one, momentum is pointing
up.
So we have a cross and momentum is pointing up. Because then we have to pretend like we can't see, like we don't know what happens next. It's very psychologically to do, but this, very simple. Momentum is pointing up, crossover. Momentum is pointing up, crossover. Because if momentum is going down, that means you're getting ready to consolidate or there's no money in that pair. And we make money by the volatility of the market. We don't make money on this. This just holds our money, and other people make money on our money when this happens.
Yeah.
Somebody else is making money on your money.
What if the green line goes over the white line, like it did a little bit ahead?
Here?
Yeah.
It was a big move. Like maybe somebody else has a better, cooler answer than I do, but this shot up. So price was, the buyer's power was above the 40. That's a huge, that happened because this happened. Then that's not like a sign to me. I don't take that as a sign.
Okay.
When momentum is above the 40, I take that as a sign. That means momentum is strong. And usually when it goes that strong, it's going to stay that strong for a little while. And you'll notice that. But those huge, strong moves come in waves, because that's a huge move.
Okay. And you're in an hour chart right now. Do I have to confirm it on anything else, or could I stick it to the 1 hour?
You can stick it on the 1 hour. I wanted to actually mention that. So there's a lot of talk about bouncing between time frames, and it's tripping me up because one time frame says one thing and one time frame says another thing. Oh no, what am I going to do? Like you can, for the most part, you can trade off of, especially the bigger time frames. You can totally trade off the time frame that you choose. Whoopsie. Let's see. And decide to trust it, okay? If you have enough confirmations, this is too big of a time frame for me personally, but I like the hour, and you have enough confirmations, maybe don't confuse yourself so much. Wait till you have enough confirmations, like your MACD, buy, sell, 2 different ones daily, end 4 hour, cross out your money tree line, turned colors, it broke the 50, ADX is telling you to buy, so ADX is telling you to sell, and the MACD broke the 50. See?
Yeah.
So with enough confirmations, like particularly if you're only going for like half of the ADR, particularly if you're keeping it super simple and you're going for your 20, 30 pips or whatever your 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio is, and you're getting out of the market, that works exceptionally well. Like you don't even have to care so much about whatever everyone else and everything else is doing. Because even on the 1 hour, this works all the time. All the time. So, you're welcome.
You'd be able to slide your screen all the way over to the right if you didn't want to see that extra space.
Which space?
Where you were talking about you wish you couldn't see that other part.
Oh, I don't know. I've got this window thingy for Zoom. So, I want to see. Hold on. I'm going to drag this into my Zoom window. Can you guys see this little bar right here? I'm circling it. I don't think you can see it because you're the attendees.
No, I can't see nothing. I just see your screen.
Yeah, there's nothing there. This bar is on my desktop. It works great, right? But when I click over to my VPS, it's not there. So I can't manage the Zoom call. I can't answer chats. I can't see who's talking. But it only does it sometimes, so it's super strange. I definitely don't have the answer. I don't at all. But now I just see my VPS. So like that whole Zoom thing, maybe when somebody type something in the chat real quick, let's see if it'll pop up. Like something makes it pop up and then something makes it disappear. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Yep, I got nothing. It's not even coming up. No idea what makes it come up. It's just this really random thing. Because I've tried a couple of things and it's so strange. So I don't know.
Try to tap the top of your screen or the bottom of your screen. Like move your mouse and see. I don't know if you have a touch screen. Does that help? And swipe up or swipe from the top to the bottom of the screen and swipe from the bottom to the top. Does that help at all? Or no?
I have a touch screen. I never touch it except for when I clean it because I get messed up. Because I forget that it's a touch screen. Okay, I just did something, y'all. Now I'm breaking my stuff. What did I do? This is not good. People. Oh, hold on. Okay. I fixed whatever I did because, yeah, I don't know. It's super strange though, but thank you. If somebody figures it out, I'm all ears because, yeah, it's annoying. So, all right, any other major questions, comments, anything that I can help with?
Hey, this is Chip.
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. I want to know if you could look at UJ. I'm in it for a sale, and I just want to have your eyes to take a look to see what you would see.
I think somebody else took the sell yesterday, and I said that I would take it if it wasn't for the news. So what I see is I'm on the 1 hour chart.
Right, I saw the triple hour on the 1 hour.
Okay, let's go to the arrow system. Let's see. Let's go to the 1 hour. I like it. Is your stop in profit?
My stop is at 110.384. I was in profit just a moment ago, and then it went back to the red.
Oh, so you just got in this trade?
I just got in it probably about around 8.
Okay, but can I ask you why you got in it around 8?
I saw the triple arrows on the 1 hour, and then I went to the 15, and it had gave me the clearance to with the triple arrows as well on the 15. So I looked at the hour and the 15. I generally like to look at the 4 hour, but on the 4 hour, it had triple arrow in a buy, not a sale.
Okay, well, now I started touching stuff. My computer's being all kinds of temperamental. Okay, so it's not letting me zoom out, but I can promise you nothing in the last 6 hours told you that this was a sell.
Okay. Even though the 1 hour showed triple arrows?
I'm assuming when you got in, you didn't see that buy arrow, right?
Right.
Sorry, guys. My chart's being a little crazy.
No, you're fine.
Assuming, so triple arrows happened back here. This was, that's the 21st. So if you got in on a pullback, that's the 22nd. Still the 22nd. Like, we're in a whole new day. This is the 23rd. So this happened days ago.
I got you.
So when we talk about a late entry, that's a late entry. The thing that's working in your favor is JPY is like killer strong right now, but USD gaining strength, plus USD's got some massive news. I would put a very personally, like the first thing is, how do we fix from that trade happening again? Triple arrows happened. So your setup came, you can take the early entry, you have your buy stop, this is what the triple arrows were, your money line turned purple or whatever your color is, you had a clear break, retest, and you definitely have it's making higher or lower highs and higher lows, whatever, hold on. Lower lows and lower highs, right? and then you even broke the 50, and that to me is great. So the fact that you broke the 50, retested it, couldn't break through it, like in general, if it wasn't for this news, yeah, you got in way late, guy, but it's not bad.
Okay. And I was looking at the MACD, and I saw where the MACD had crossed over as well as confirmations.
Yeah. Well, see, the cool thing is price broke this right here. See it?
Yes.
It broke that. It broke the 50. It's still going down. Again, we've got, let's see, JPY is strong, but you're looking at some of their consolidation, but it's probably happening before this news anyways. Like something's about to happen, but we also have a daily dot appearing on that's the daily time frame. So if I were you, I would really tighten up that stop loss.
Okay.
And or as soon as you're in profit, close the trade. And it doesn't mean you're not wrong. It doesn't mean you're not right. It does mean that news is coming out, and there's a very high probability that price is just going to bounce around anyways. And then you have literally a 50-50 chance if it's going to go boom or boom. But something is going to happen.
Something is getting ready to take place.
Well, new home sales don't do too much, but maybe because, well, these are the highest new home sales of the year is June, July, and August, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not an economic major, but either way, when I see news, I'm not holding unless, so if I was in the trade up here, I'd say, hey, move your stop loss into profit and let it ride, see what happens. Or apply your trailing stop, see what happens. But if you're not even there yet, like you got in here, that's not that's a late entry.
I got you.
Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, crystal clear.
Hey, for the guy who was asking about the ADX, another thing that, so when you're in the trade in terms of money management, so price is bouncing around, if you're selling, you don't care if this is going up and down, up and down. You really want to start paying attention when the opposite line, so again, we're selling, right? We're selling because momentum was up. Our sellers were up, our buyers were down. We don't care that this is bouncing around all day long. We do care when this bottom line starts pointing up.
Okay, yeah, I was about to ask you that too. When do I close? But no.
So when this starts pointing up, it doesn't mean it might not just kind of touch, what did I call it? Touch and spread. Like if it could just touch and go back the other way, we don't know. But like in terms of long term, you stay in the trade until the bottom line. So if you're selling, when the buyers start going up, when the buyers start gaining strength, you need to get out. Or when you're buying, but the sellers start getting strength, you need to get out.
So I want the momentum facing the same way my buyer or selling is, right?
No, you want the momentum always facing up, whether you're buying or selling.
Always facing up the momentum.
Yeah, the momentum is always facing up, whether you're buying or whether you're selling, because momentum is what brings the money to the marketplace.
So if it's going down, don't take any trades, just wait.
Yeah, if it's going down, you're kind of waiting. So right here, you're waiting. So this, like, unless you're in the trade, you're just waiting.
Oh, okay.
If you're in the trade, you can hold it until you have a confirmed cross or until like whatever, however you want to do it. But that's totally up to you. So this right here is pointing up, cross. You could take the trade. This is not a fast mover, as you guys can see. It's a really baby mover. But if you got in, because let me go over a little bit. This is temperamental. Because the momentum broke the 25, you have a nice cross. RSI is below the 50, and you got in somewhere around here. You got your pips. Well, this is a super slow mover too, though. So.
Okay. And like you said, if I'm on the 1 hour, don't have to confirm it anything. As long as it looks good, basically just take it.
Yeah. I mean, make trading simple. Like Pat and I talked about this. He's releasing a PDF for you guys. And we're kind of going over it together. And the biggest thing that I can say is almost anything you guys try is going to be reasonably enough successful, provided you know what your accuracy ratio is. Because once you know your accuracy ratio, then you know how to structure your trades. You know how to follow rules. So if you know your accuracy is XYZ, then you know that if you take a 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio, you will still be able to grow your account by 40% every week. Like, these are the rules that make the difference in the people who can't hack it and can't last in trading, and the ones who say, this is going to be how, this is going, how I can't talk. This is how I'm going to pay for my kids' college. This is how I'm going to buy, you know, my husband that dream car, that classic car he always wanted. This is what is going to take care of my mother and is going to build that orphanage in Belize. This is going to be the vehicle I use. The difference in the people who have success are the ones who have money management, period. You have rules and you have a trading plan. And without that, all you're doing is gambling and you're not going to get very far.
On the ADX, then the minus D is the seller, right?
Yeah, you pick your own colors. Minus D is selling, plus D is buying.
Okay, I thought that's good. And momentum always has to be facing up. Because I'm just reading what I wrote down.
Yes, sir, that's correct. Momentum needs to be facing up. So you've got a nice cross, but momentum wasn't ready. And that's okay. So we want to come to the party on time. We don't even mind coming to the party late, but we really don't want to come to the party and it like they just are leaving right now. They're leaving without you. Like they're going the other way. You're about to lose your account. Like that's not fun.
Okay. And what else I was gonna ask one more thing. I forgot.
It's okay, no problem.
Jenny, Tim here.
Hey Tim, how's it going?
Oh, doing pretty good. On the star, that's what you're calling the daily dot.
Yes, so you can program that in. You can, so you're super easy. You can have one of them on your chart for 4 hour, one on your daily dot. But right now, we're kind of working on a dashboard, and we're seeing what we can do that will implement and kind of handle everybody's request at the same time. It's a lot of people. So, but go ahead.
Okay, so you can program that in on that easy, super easy SR.
Yeah, just put 2 super easy SRs on your chart, 2 of them. Okay. Put one of them on the 4 hour. Let's go to inputs. Put one on 4 hour, and then put one on day 1, and then you'll have both on your chart. Same thing.
Wait a minute. I'm not sure I followed what you did there. I saw the 4 hour, but
okay, so here's what I'm talking about. Currently, I have one. Let's take this off. Hi, Hanson. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate you. Okay, I'm going to delete the daily dot. Sorry, that was my little guy. So you currently see that I have one super easy 4 hour set to 4 hours, right?
Correct. I see that.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to my massive list of clutter. Let's see. I'm going to add another one to my chart, but this one, I'm going to make it a daily. Common, I'm going to do this, and it's the same thing as what I'm using. So this is for the daily. These ones are for the 4 hour. Do you see that now?
Okay, so you're just putting on the chart twice. I understand that. And how did you put the star in there?
The star is a different indicator.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's just something we're working on programming.
Okay.
It takes a long time. Some of these guys are from Fiverr. Some of these guys are from all over the world. Like, it takes time to get, and then they have to program it, and with the algorithms and then the massive amount of people kind of duplicating, sharing, adjusting, and manipulating the different indicators, we got to do what we can to protect the house. And that's kind of what the concept has been. So that's all I've got.
Okay. And another question I had was about the A-lines. Are you using the A-lines at all?
On this chart, I usually have it on this chart, a different broker. Not so much.
I just wasn't using them at all, but when Pat came out with the Stairmaster, and I just never was using A-lines at all, and now I almost feel a little confused with them being there.
Okay, well then don't use them. Like, Tim, listen, like you just heard me tell somebody else, we can tell you that this indicator is going to make you $1 million. We can tell you that this is literally one of the highest rated indicators in the entire Forex market.
Right.
Be a fool not to learn it. It doesn't matter what I tell you if your eyes can't learn to see it. So if you don't like, so mine right now, when I clicked over to the 4 hour chart, notice how it has my AA lines.
Right.
But when I click to the 1 hour, it's gone. I think I did that last night with a gentleman on the call, or maybe I just couldn't see it on this chart. Maybe I'm way wrong. Who knows? It's very possible. Don't know. Because now it's back. That's weird. But I don't personally use them a whole lot. So.
Okay, I really understand what you're saying about the ADX and the momentum, all that. That really came very fast. I understand that. Okay, and on me flipping, going from the 4-hour to the 15-minute on the Stairmaster, I'm still not really. I know it. I know what I'm supposed to be looking at, and I'm seeing it here and there once in a while.
Okay, then here. How about this? Yeah. Ready? And this, you have a demo account, right? You're not trading live, right? Well, you have a demo account, right? Okay.
Correct.
So here, let's do this. I want to put my dots back on here. Come on, silly butt. Okay.
And I'm using white dots on the Super Easy SR.
Cool. Whatever works for you. So
yep.
When you see this on the 1-hour chart, and again, you're going to have two sets of AA lines. Oh, sorry, super easy, super easy resistant. Yeah. So when you see this, okay, on the 1-hour chart, you know that this is technically 4-hour resistance, so you don't have to go to 4 hours, right? You already know that this is a 4-hour resistance, right? Because this is programmed to be from the 4-hour. So you know that this is the day resistance and the 4-hour resistance without even clicking over. I'm staying on my day chart right now. So again, without even the arrows, we know that this is technically a, what trend is this in?
This is in a buying trend. Higher highs and higher lows.
It's going to stay in a buying trend until it starts breaking previous supports and resistance, right?
Correct.
So it did just break that. It's going to have to retest in some degree anyways, but we did officially make a lower low, right?
Correct.
So it could be turning around, but it might be turning around inevitably, or it might be turning around just to a, 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. So we don't care about what the trend is doing. We want to try to buy with the trend, but here's the deal. We had one confirmation to the daily and the, make them different colors. So the daily and the 4-hour, our money tree string line turned purple, or whatever color you got.
Right.
Okay. We have a crossover on the ADX and volume and momentum kind of going over on the ADX, right? Oh, sorry, not the ADX. I'm sorry, the MACD.
MACD.
We also have a crossover of the 0 line.
Right.
Okay. So let's go over here. Let's say that we were just going to only look at this. So I'm not going to add anything, take anything. You use whichever ones you like. If you like that help line, or if you like the profit supreme, like whatever works for you. Okay. So let's say we want to take this trade, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces. This one kind of doesn't line up yet because, the momentum's kind of sideways on this. So we're not going to count that as a perfect confirmation because it's not perfect, right?
Right. Correct.
We're only going to count perfection. And this one's just not perfect yet. It's kind of breaking the 25, but pretending like we couldn't see any of this, we wouldn't know that it kind of consolidated. So you can call that a good setup, but who knows? But either way, you've got like 4 out of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 out of 6, right?
Okay.
Could you have gotten half of the ADR if you entered this trade when you had 5 out of 6? So that was 1, got 2, waited for the money tree string line, and let's say we didn't even see it to the next candle. Could you have gotten half of the ADR on this trade?
Well, I was certainly, it looked like it should be 50. I would certainly think so.
Let's try it. This is not a fast moving pair. My computer's kind of lagging. I bet you it's because all those charts I opened with my fingers and my touch screen. I'll have to play with that again.
What that yellow dash line across there, is that the price line?
No, I just drew that for.
Okay, yeah, that's fixing. Yeah, okay.
I drew that for GP, but my computer screwed it up. But I promise you that this is 110.53. This is 110.303. This is 110.21. So could you have gotten your 25-ish pips? Oh yeah, you would have got it perfectly safely. And your stop loss would have been, oh, there we go. Now I've got control again. Thank you, Jesus. Let's see. Delete. So if we entered in somewhere on this candle, let's pretend like we didn't see it at the top. Let's go to the bottom. Let's go to the bad entry, not the perfect entry. Could you have gotten your 25 pips or 20 pips?
Yeah, that would certainly be.
So what I tell people is if it's not a GBP pair, go for 20 pips. Until you build your account or build your confidence, you can do this all day. And did you need to change charts? Did you need to change charts to make that happen or no?
I'm not really clear on your question.
Did you change charts to find this move? Did you check the 15 or the 4 hour to find this move? No. Did we just check the 15-minute chart or no?
No.
So we did not do that. Let's go to GU or GCAD. Let's see. Same concept.
So 20 pips if it's not GBP, and 50 is the pound pairs.
Yep, your stop loss would be at the buy.
That's like a half day. That's like a half daily range then.
Well, yeah, I mean, until you have some success, keep it simple. Until you can count pips and know pairs and know their average daily range and know what the trend is doing, like once you get better, you can start worrying about, I'm only going to sell this because it's downtrending. I'm only selling this pair. I'm only going to buy this pair because it's uptrending. Or, hey, this is consolidating, so I'm going to play 10 pips off each move, and I know I can get that safely. Like, you can create rules for yourself, and your rules are what's going to be the difference between this takes care of my beautiful wife, Sue. Tell her I said hi, by the way. And hey, I couldn't hack it in trading. Like, those rules are going to be the difference. And I want to be super loving and kind, but I want you guys to be successful, so I want you to know that your rules are going to be the difference in did I make it or did I not? I promise you. Because you can create rules for when the market is consolidating. Using the Stairmaster strategy, I go for 10 pips and I get out. When the market is trending, I'm only going for sells or I'm only going for buys until a confirmed trend change, such as a break of the 50 moving average and a retest of it to show that it's going up. This broke, but it never retested it, did it?
Correct.
Up here, it broke, never retested. So you can create rules and you'll be unusually successful. So again, let's stick with the concept. Let's find a trade. It doesn't even have to be a perfect trade. This is against the trend, so let's go with that one. We don't want the best trades. We want to talk about the worst. Okay. If we were looking at this pair and we're looking for the best possible entry, and here, any of these moves, the average daily range on this pair is pretty big, but I promise you, if you got in close to support and resistance here or here with enough confirmations, so this crossed over, momentum is going up, but this is a little choppy, fine, but could you have got, oh, it's freezing again. Wait for it, sorry, there we go. Could you have got 30 pips out of that?
Yes, I think, yes, definitely.
That's 78 pips. So what if you got in at a really crappy entry because you're still a beginner and you don't know what you're doing and it's real life, but we've got momentum facing up, we've got a clear cross, we got that cross, momentum, money tree string line, super easy SNR, and you got in up here. So this is not a perfect entry. This is not waiting for the break of the 50. Could you have still got your 30 pips?
Right.
On the GBP pair?
Right.
This is what I want you guys to know. And once you get good at following a trend and like you know how to trade differently, by all means go for more pips. But until then,
I'm really just trying to go from the triple arrows on 4 hour to seeing triple arrows on the 15 minutes. And that's the key thing, because Pat says just keep it simple rather than trying to look for any details. And I'm looking for some details, and you operate on details. We all do to a considerable measure. But that's all I'm trying to do is look for the triple arrows on 4 hour and then go triple arrows on 15 minutes, basically.
And that's, you can have a ton of success with that. If that's what your eyes like, great. If you want to use this Stairmaster, again, you have, what is this, resistance, right? It broke the 50, and I like it below the 50, so this is a stronger move for me. Money tree string line turned purple, and could you have gotten your 30 pips or moved your stop loss into profit and let it rode? Yeah, you could have, even on this baby move.
Okay.
Or you could keep riding it and riding it. So, yes, sir. Any other questions, comments, all that?
Thank you. Thank you, Jenny.
You are welcome.
Yes, I have one question.
Yes, sir. Who's this?
Nico.
Nico, how's it going?
I'm great. The daily dots, I'm not sure if it came same time when I was downloading it when I purchased the software, but I didn't see it in the pack. I'm not sure if you guys got it.
The super easy, easy SR?
Yes, ma'am.
Check the website first off, to go double check the indicators. Did Irving set up your charts or no?
No, I set up myself by watching the video.
Okay, awesome, way to go. So check the website. If not, I can send you these original ones, but in general, we're kind of, these indicators are also in the notification channel, and I believe that this one particularly is also in the actual channel. You would just go to the channel, go to search, and then files will come up, and you'll find super easy SR. So,
yeah, it's in the folder. Just saying like about, let me see. I'm not sure if you guys changed the name on it, but I have like 2, 4, 6, one makes seven indicators in that package. Sorry, that's the wrong one. 2, 4, 6, 8. One make 9 in that package, but I don't see the one that you have there, like the daily dots. I don't see a daily dots in that package.
Okay, but do you see a super easy SR?
Yeah.
Okay, the daily dots are not released yet, so don't worry about the daily dots. Yeah, we were trying to work on the accuracy and as well as a dashboard and some other things. A lot of man hours into back testing so we can prove a strategy and kind of get actual, because again, my strength is I'm really good with numbers. I'm really good with the details, as Tim just said. So I can kind of pull all that stuff off. So we're working on it. I know that Pat's in touch with somebody currently, actually. So that's just simply not released. You can double your use of the super easy SR, and you'll have the same results.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You are welcome. Anybody else? We've been on about an hour and a half. Irving, are you still there?
On the ADX, do I wait till the candle closes or no?
Your trading style, your rules. So I'm a girl. I like to see the candle close. I know that Pat doesn't need the candle to close. So there's not a right or wrong answer. But for me, I like the candle to close because I want to know. Like, I want to know that I know, and I don't want to wonder.
Okay, so the closes just makes it safer, basically.
Well, yeah, because, like, this doesn't repaint, so if this was here when it closed, it's going to stay here. But if it was here and it wasn't closed yet, it could technically start pointing up, right?
Right.
So just to give you an idea.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome.
Hi, Jenny. Cornelia here. How you doing?
Fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing good, thanks. I have a question on the phone, for the phone and trading.
Okay.
And we don't have like a laptop to reference the dots, because did he say we have to use the dots and then go to the phone? Because I thought the purpose was just not to have a laptop or not to be by the computer. So are we going back? I mean, I don't know how that works. We still have to go with the dots, or we just go with the phone?
So first off, the dots are being worked on to be sent to the phone, okay? So the correct answer is that. Secondly, Irving's original rules were he waited for the 4-hour support and easy resistance. Now he's kind of just using the Go back and watch his recording, and then you'll understand. But because I don't want to misquote him and be wrong. But right now he's just using the crossover on the 4 hours. So there's a lot of ways to go about it. For me, again, I'm still going to recommend the support and resistance because I find it super effective. But that's my decision. So.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Jenny, another question for a sec.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you said something a while ago. I think you asked me about had we changed time frames. So in doing the Stairmaster, you are changing time frames to go from 4 hours to 15 minutes when you're looking at stuff?
Nope.
No, you're not at all. Okay.
I do want to say that Pat is finding these trades, so he's getting the daily dot pop up or the 4 hour, and then he goes to the 15 to find the entry.
Right.
As for me, and again, you have to find your way to trade. I am not your financial advisor. Like, I don't really see a need. So I don't care what the 15-minute chart is doing if I know what the 1 hour chart is doing.
Okay. The 1 hour. Okay. All right. So you're looking at 4 hour and then 1 hour then in that case. Or
No, listen, that's what I was trying to show you is this is the 4 hour indicator. So I didn't even go to the 4 hour chart to find this.
Right. Okay.
So I didn't go to the 4 hour, did I? What I was showing you was that you can get your pips without even going to another time frame. I mean, some people are going to have a super aha moment there. Some people will disagree, some will agree. But like life-changing level of you don't need to overcomplicate this. Like, create some rules, create a trading plan, and back test it, make sure it works, and there you go. Like, I don't have to go there.
All I know is I jumped in on a trade using the Uncle Pappy, and did that last night, and it's been going good. But I still was just kind of lost trying to go between those two. So that helps.
Did you protect your profits?
Oh yeah, I did. Well, I tried to, but I couldn't move up the stop loss on my phone. Yeah, other than setting a stop loss and a trailing stop. And it closed out on 22 pips. It was still running for the 44 when I looked at it last.
Okay, there you go. But still move your stop into profit, even on your phone. Okay.
I don't know how to do that. I was talking.
So if you type in your stop loss, and right now your stop loss is typed in at, let's say it's typed in at 7541, and you took the trade here. Okay. Right. All you have to do is kind of say, okay, I'm this many pips in profit. So you go to your stop loss even on your phone, and then you would type in 1.7523, and now you just protected 10 pips of that move, to where even if price reverses, you're going to come out with money in the bank. But if price reverses and you didn't do that, then you're going to come out with less money in the bank.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's just trying to come with the technical matter of this phone here and trying to modify the trade. I'll have to play around with it to figure it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, that's the case.
It looks like it's real simple. I've dealt with it once before, but it's anyway. Okay, well that helps out. I sure do. Thank you.
You are welcome. Anybody else have any questions?
Hey, Jeannie, this is Greg from the 719.
Oh, hey, 719, huh?
Yeah.
How close to me are you?
I'm in the Springs.
No way. Really? Where?
On the north end.
I live on the north end.
Oh, really?
Really? Yeah, I do. I'm leaving here, though. You see that snowstorm? It knocked out some of my trees. Like, it was snowy and it was cold. Yep. It's time to go.
Are you really going to leave, huh?
I am. I love the water, so, and I'm scared out of my mind. Like, I don't know if I'm brave, but I'm about to find out if I'm brave, so we'll see. I'm ready to I've been here too long, like my whole life, between here and Jersey, so. But awesome, from the 719, welcome.
Yeah, thank you. New to the group. On that, the 10 pip scalping, are you recommending mostly the GBP pairs?
No, you can use this on whatever. You can, so 15-minute time frame, again, you're going to find your own way to do this. Let's see. The 15-minute time frame, you're going to get less pips, but you're going to find more moves. So, like, this is US 30, not a good example. That sucker is still just not playing nice. but that's okay. So let's go on to a different pair. Let's go to EuroCAD. EuroCAD is not a heavy mover, right? Like it does its own thing. Let's see. So we had buy, sell, support. We had our first crossover. Our SARS break of the 50, MACD's lining up, right? And then it broke the 50. So this is like a confirmed move. You can either babysit your trade if you have time or you're watching some TV show. I'm not much of a TV girl, but you would have got your 10 pips. If you want to stay in this trade until price closes below the 8 moving average, you can do so. But again, I'm the girl who says protect your money. Always, at any cost, you protect your money. So that's all you're doing. Okay. You can do this on any pair, but just know that some pairs don't move very fast. So I can't really think. Oh, USD Chef. Hold on, let's go to that one. Some pairs move like super slow, so maybe go for a few less pips. Some pairs move a whole bunch, so you can maybe go for 15, 20. Like GBP pairs, you could easily go for 15, 20. I mean, easy. But this pair is kind of small, so just be mindful of how much it moves. That's all.
Okay, now you also said we can get that indicator over there, the ADR.
So this is in the notification channel. If you go to the notification channel, you can search my name or you can search bar alert, and it's in there.
Okay.
Okay. And if nothing else, shoot me a private message and I'll send it to you. So, but definitely get in the habit of searching the files in the group because it's way, way, way better.
Okay, and that's in the notifications. Okay.
So there's 2 channels, yeah, and search all the files. Like if, again, this is going to be your career, this is going to be like your moment, then treat it like your moment and study this like your life depends on it. So, yes, sir. Well, welcome to the family and welcome aboard.
Awesome.
All right, any other questions?
Hi, Jenny, I've got a question. This is Diana.
It's who?
Diana.
Anna, hi, how's it going?
Diana.
Diana, oh, that was my best friend in the school's name. I haven't seen you in the chat, but welcome.
Oh, I'm in. I'm just watching constantly and reading everything and learning. Okay. I finally got my charts fixed up, or set up by Irving today. So I have a question back to the 1 hour chart you were just on with the 4 hour. There you go. I had the aha moment, and I'm wondering about the purple and the green lines. How do we get, the dots, so we can get those set up? That looks awesome.
Okay, so when Irving, I'll message Irving tonight as soon as I get off of this. But when he sets you guys up with charts, make sure he's setting you up with one with the Stairmaster and one with the triple arrows. So this is the super easy SR. Did he set you up a chart with that on there?
I have that. Mm-hmm.
So all you would do is drag another one from your indicator file onto your chart. You would right click and then you would change it, the time frame from 4 hour to daily, which gives just a little bit. Wait, he says you have both. He just messaged me.
Very good.
I was going to ask if you wanted to flip through some pairs with the scalping strategy, if you're on here.
Okay.
But yeah, you have them both.
Okay, very good. I'll just get in there and get the settings changed on it then.
Well, you probably don't see the difference. Like, you want to message him and ask him like how he set that up. I don't know. I wasn't there. So maybe change one to a different color, which will help you dynamically. It'll help you a lot. So yeah, that's what I would do.
Yours just looks a little different than mine, and maybe it's because your chart is smaller. You've got it set a little smaller than mine. That's probably why I'm not noticing.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can make it big for you.
No, make it big a second. Let me look at it and see if that's what mine looks like.
Okay, I'm going to make it big for you. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, it's the Trum candles. So you have different candles than me.
I do. I have the Trum.
So I don't use those candles. I have real candles. So
that's what mine looks like right there. Okay, I'll just make mine smaller, and then I'll be able to recognize it. Okay, thank you so much.
You are welcome. Sorry. But yeah, it might be your candles. So welcome to the team, Diana. Or Diane, sorry.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Any other questions? Or Irving, if you're on here, do you want to flip through some charts with me? Are you even there?
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey, Guy, how's it going?
All right. So I'm pretty much you have covered everything. So I like what you have done, and it's just amazing presentation.
That's perfect. So yeah, guys, this is it. So if you find a fresh setup, okay, try it and demo it. Don't ever learn a new system in your live account because that's called gambling and not investing. So you want to look for a trade. I'm just flipping through these slowly. Oh, see, this broke support. So this breaking previous support is telling you this is a strong down move. So we're not trying to buy here. Ever. Let's see. When's the best time to trade this strategy, do you think, Irving?
I usually trade on the New York time because, I mean, that's the only time that I have. But other than that, I like to trade in the morning right after the news is over. And then I just let my trades run, and that's the ones that I do it on my PC. And then the ones that I get on the on my phones are different. I just look for perfect setups and take my 10, 20, 30 pips and get out.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I think this strategy works best in New York too, personally. It's great for like when you're just out and about. Asian market is typically a lot less volatility, so a little harder to accomplish, particularly if you're going to go to bed and then leave your trade open. You don't want London to knock you out. So let's see. Yes, sir. All right, guys, any other questions, comments?
On the ADX, what time or what session do you recommend me trade it? It don't matter.
I like the ADX in general. Like I like it. I used it fundamentally in a lot of my trading. Again, somebody else on the call knew about Dr. Speller. He's a beast. I learned a lot from him. So for me, like I like it. I like it a lot. You can use this on any time frame. Like I'm using it on some crazy stuff right now. And once I see that it's consistent, I will release it to you guys for free and just teach it to the group. No intention of charging for anything. So having said that, like that tool combined with like the RSI or the MACD and trading it according to the trend. So none of this matters to me until it breaks the 50, according to that strategy. But you can use this as the pullback, like so the faster entry on the Stairmaster. On the 1 hour, you can use it on the 15 for less pips. If you're using it on the 15, go for less pips because you're trading a smaller time frame.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of the rule of thumb. So if you used it here, crossover, break, crossover, lots of momentum, take your few pips and get out of the market. Again, you still have your same support and resistance line. It bounced off the 50, turned purple, retested the 0, momentum down, perfect crossover, take your few pips. And like I can show you, especially on GBP pairs, because like GBP pairs paid me a lot. So they're my friend. So they're my friend. I like them. I like them a lot. So
Jenny, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Who's this?
This Foster. I used to follow Dr. Spiller a lot, watch a lot of his videos and everything. And the RSI, he used to stress that it wasn't overbought and oversold, but just think of it as that's who controlling the market at that time.
Yes. So that's exactly it. So people are over here saying it's overbought, but look right here, guys. This was overbought by 70, and then it was overbought at 90. So people right here were trying to buy. You guys see this? People here, let's go to the last one. When it hits the 70 is kind of the rule of thumb. Wow, people are trying to buy over here. Oh, do you see how high up that is?
Right.
This is enough to kill you. Okay, so we have 10 standards. Okay, so right now you guys are trading dollars and cents, but when you take a trade, you're seeing it as 10 standards. This right here is $126,000 of being wrong. You guys see that? Or I think whatever. I don't know how much it is, but yeah. That's how much that is. We don't care if it's overbought or oversold. We care when it's trending. So right now this is trending down. This is who's in control of the market. The sellers are in control of the market. The buyers are now in control of the market. And provided it kind of stays mostly above the 50, they're still in control of the market. It's going to come back down. It's going to play with you a little bit, like that's real, but they're still in control. This might kind of come back, or it might break this 50. This would be good if it breaks the 50. This would be a good. So, yeah, that's right. We don't do overbought and oversold, guys. So please, if you hear me, just don't do that, because this is what's going to happen. You're going to win 10 trades, and on the 11th trade, you're going to be like, so I lost my house payment, like everything gone, because you thought it was overbought and oversold.
I've lost so much doing that.
Yeah, I lost a lot. Well, when we first, obviously IML teaches that whole, especially with the web analyzer, they teach, oh, it's overbought, oversold, so we're going to scalp this. And you're going to win sometimes. You're going to feel like you're a superstar. But when you lose, like that. Yeah. So I'm with you. We're trading with the trend, guys. This is trending down. We're looking for sells. This is trending up. We're looking for buys. It broke. Let's see what it does. It's confirmed when it breaks the 50. And then when it retests this 50. So, but there's no volume right now. Nothing's happening, so we don't want to play.
I really like the ADX. It's amazing.
Is that Irving?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I put the ADX. I took out the stochastic because, we both know it's too slow.
Right.
And since we're not looking for, remember, we can do the fast entry. The fast entry is the overbought, oversold, and then the flip of the SAR. But again, the problem is that's a riskier entry. So this could easily just keep going down. So like here, this was overbought, oversold, SAR's flipped. But we don't want to play that way. We want to do it when it's super easy, when it's confirmed, because then a confirmed move, when you go to put 10 standards on this, you're not freaking out. Like, you're confident with your 10 standards. Think about every trade you take as 10 standards. And I promise you'll start trading different.
Right.
No one freaks out about $30. Like, oh, I'm going to lose $30. But when you say, okay, this is going to make me $1,000 or it's going to lose me $1,000. So I need to know what I'm doing.
Right.
You'll be different. So, yes, sir. Any other questions?
I have one. I'm so sorry. I'm slow. I just joined.
No problem. This is recorded, so you can totally jump on too and watch the recording.
I can't find the super easy R, and I know you mentioned that it's in. I'm looking in the notification. I'm looking in the Telegram, and when I pull up the archives, it's just videos. So I'm not sure what I'm missing.
Let's find out together. Well, look, I mean, I don't mind sending it to you guys, but here's the deal. There we go. The problem is people are sharing a lot of stuff and they mean really well. Like, we have a lot of really good people. I am so honored to be part of this group. It's one of the biggest reasons why I'm volunteering my time. Otherwise, I told everybody in my world that I was done. I was done teaching and all that stuff. So I usually do this on my phone. Somebody want to tell me where to go? Hold on. Files. So videos, files. That's the bar alert right there. Okay. Is this one it or no? Hey, Irving, do you know if this one's the right one?
I think it's called the easy.
I think so too. Let's find out. But it might not be in here because, again, oh, here it is. Boom. So I wonder if it will let me forward this. What's your name? Or here, I'm going to forward it to the super easy notification channel. There you go. So it's brand new. It's right there in there now. But this is where you're going to find stuff. And in general, like, we're trying not to promote like the whole sharing of files because unfortunately there's some unethical people. Now, most of the people in this group, like, they're so amazing. I'm so happy to be part of this group. I can't wait till a lot more people are hitting those 6 and 7 figure numbers, because the amount of difference we can make in the world, like for anybody on this call who's already had a lot, like they already hit their 6 figures in life, they already had their big house, and they're like, well, I bought a brand new car and now I got a scratch on it anyways. I got like 3 scratches on my brand new car. So you realize it really doesn't matter. Like it doesn't, you can have 10 purses, you can have diamonds, you can have Gucci belts, but that, like, you can't take that stuff with you. So to make money is freedom, time freedom, but it's also like a chance to make a difference. So that's why I'm here. That's why I stick with this group. That's it. So just, there's a lot of good people who will help you. Just make sure we don't, take advantage of that and be giving out the stuff to other people who aren't part of the group. Fair enough?
Yes.
So yeah.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Also, I wanted to comment, but I'd rather have your expertise since you've been in the Forex world. I know that FX Glory does not charge swap fees. And they also give a 50% match on whatever you deposit. But you already got it there. Never mind.
Yeah.
So you already know about them.
But here's the thing. So FX Glory, their spreads are higher. Now they do 3,000 to 1 leverage. I do have a referral link for them now. The thing that I don't like about them thus far is, so AFX doesn't do swap fees either, just so you know. But the thing about them, hold on, let me think. So first off, they change your leverage when you trade certain pairs. They change your leverage a lot when you trade certain pairs. And since most newbies don't know about that, you're gonna go from like super available amounts of money to you blew your account in like 3 seconds because they changed their rules. But I have a lot to learn, so I don't want to speak as a figure of authority because I don't know what I don't know. But they have less. Their fees are higher. Their spreads are higher. No commission or swaps, but it all kind of comes out in the wash. I will tell you though, before you ever take anyone's bonus money, you have to think. So how much are you putting in that account?
I'm sorry, say it again.
How much are you putting in that account?
1,000.
Okay, I'm sorry if it's personal. If you put $1,000 in an account, and what's your leverage you're choosing?
I'm thinking like 1 to 500.
500 to 1. Okay, that's low. Well, that's medium. That's fine. Here's the thing. So they'll give you like this 100% match or this 50% match, but dollar for dollar, it's not all there. I don't know how to. Maybe somebody who's smarter than me can explain it better than me, but I've done the whole bonus accounts, and the problem is your account shows that you have, let's say they give you a 30% bonus. So your account shows that you have $1,300 in your account. So when you're trading based off of a $1,300 account. However, first off, you're trading leveraged money. But second off, like that $300 is, I don't know how to say it accurately, but it's like not actually available. It's not actually there. So it's like a ghost amount, if you will. So when you lose, which you are going to lose, it's traumatic. It's dramatic. I don't know how to, I'll have to think. Sorry.
I know what you mean. I think it's
bonus is not
there
good
for leverage purposes, but it's not there for you to withdraw.
Well, you can't withdraw it until you've traded X amount of standard lots, which we know. But the thing is, like it, again, I don't know how to say it accurately, but basically if you have you're showing $1,300, technically you're still playing with, on a 500 to 1 leverage, you're playing with like $30,000-$40,000 or whatever amount according to your leverage. So when you blow your account, you blow more of your account because you blew money you didn't have. Does that make sense? So when you lose, you're losing double the percentage of your real money and no percentage of the fake money. Maybe that's a good way to say it. Because we all lose. Like even I lose. So when I take a loss, that's fine. I took a loss on my account. The problem with the whole bonus account, and I might be saying this inaccurately, but the problem with the bonus account is, what my experience was when you lose, you lost. So if you were going to lose 20%, you lost 20% of $1,300, but you don't have $1,300. You only have $1,000. So now you lost 20% plus this extra ghost, so that you lost like 40% of your account. essentially.
Wow.
20, 30% of your account. So that bonus money, it's not like it's fake. It's not even there. I don't. That's the best way I can say it and actually be accurate. Is it looks pretty in the account, but it's not actual money to be trading with. It really trips you up because now you have this high leverage bonus money that's not there. So now you're risking. If you were risking 20%, you risk 20% of money you didn't have. So you technically risk 30% of your account of your real money.
It's almost like a credit card.
Yeah, it's think about that. It's debt.
Yeah.
Now, if you are a 95% trader, and even in my oldest accounts, I am not a 95% trader, and I do very, very well. So even at that ratio, like you'd have to be really, really good for that not to knock you out. And some people do better than me. Maybe somebody's got a better answer than me. I'm sure that's the case. But for me, stay away from bonused money. It's a good way to lose your money.
With every broker, you can't withdraw until you trade standard lots?
No, so for bonused money, you can't withdraw that money until you trade X amount of standard lots. So,
but if I have Hugo's Way, I'm fine, right?
Oh yeah, well Hugo's Way doesn't offer, well, I don't know what they offer, but I don't believe they offer bonuses.
Oh, they don't.
Like with the bonuses, so if you had $5 in your Hugo's Way account and they gave you a 50% bonus so that now you have $750, well you're trading based off of a $750 account and a 500-to-1 ratio, leverage. When you're risking 20%, or whatever percent of your trade, you're risking that based off of this whole amount. So you're risking about the 750, even though there's only 500 there. So when you lose, they take that extra, 50% of the 20 and apply it to your real money. So you've lost more.
Yeah, but Hugo Way don't offer bonuses. I was just asking.
Yeah. I'm probably explaining that really, really poorly. I'm human.
But it makes sense. It's like debt.
It's a no-go. Don't do it. Just don't touch.
I have one more question about the ADX. The last question I have.
Okay.
Can you go back to your chart so I can explain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like you said, the momentum is white. So when the momentum points up, either let's say I'm going for a sell or buy. Okay, let's say for example, the purple line, like you have it as your sell, right?
Yes, sir. Okay,
so let's say momentum and your purple line go up at the same time. That's a sell. If the green and they basically, what I'm trying to ask is momentum and the other line you're going with have to both be going up.
Yes. So like if you're looking for a buy, what you're looking for is a crossover of the buy and the sell, right? And momentum facing up. So write that down. All you're looking for is a crossover of the buy and the sell. And momentum facing up. Like, so those are the minimum requirements, right? So write that down as minimum requirements for ADX entry is crossover of the buy and sell. So it's obviously buy for buy, sell for sell, and momentum is facing up whether you're buying or selling. That's minimum requirements. Your your better requirements or your added would be, so if you're, how would you say this in an intelligent way? So if you're buying, like the green line would be above the 20, 25. You see what I'm saying? You'd be breaking.
It's over 2025 is better.
Yeah, over 2025 is better. And again, the momentum above the 25 is better. Above the 40 is best. Okay, this is the big moves. Big moves.
Jenny, can you put it in writing as well?
I can, yes, sir. So your minimum requirements are crossover of the buy-sell line and momentum facing up. Your better requirements are, we have the crossover, but we'll call this price. The buy power is above the 20 and the momentum is above the 25. So that's your second, your better entry. Because I'm all about giving you guys two entries, okay? You decide how risky you want to be. I can't decide that for you. So that's how you do that. Yep.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Any other questions?
You can find the ADX on the Telegram files indicators list. Is that?
ADX is a public indicator, so no one owns that. So in this, under Bill Williams, no, it's not. It's what did I think it was? It's an oscillator. So on your MT4 on your phone, it'll be under oscillators. Pretty sure. I know this answer. Don't ask me, okay? Trend. So it's under trend.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So like over here would be under your trend. Right there. On your phone, it would be under oscillators though.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You are welcome. Any other questions? Anyone at all? Ooh.
That's it. So thank you.
Awesome. Hey, thank you, Irving. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got in late. I had to go to a meeting, but could you just repeat the settings for the ADX?
ADX is set at 10. And like anything on the video, like we can totally come back and watch the recording, but it's set at 10. I've got my momentum line at white. Got it a little thicker because this is the most important one. I've got my colors to match my personality. And green and purple is biblical, so just so y'all know. Green, purple, and gold. So my levels are 20, 25, and 40, and those are silver. And those are dotted with the thin line, and I have it on all time frames.
Thank you very much, Jenny. I appreciate it.
You are welcome.
Jenny, is the ADX found in the notifications channel?
No, this is a public indicator, so no one owns this. You would find it under oscillators on your phone, or you'll find it under trend. So this has come standard on every MT4. Every MT4 has this indicator.
Perfect. Thank you.
You are welcome. Anyone else?
Hey, this is Jamie here. Sorry, how are you?
Hey, you said Jacob, right?
Jamie here, Sonny Reagan.
Gotcha. I didn't catch your name. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Question, is there a future possibility that this also will be available on trading?
On TradingView. So this MACD is available on TradingView. That was your question, right? You're asking about TradingView?
I'm talking about the whole system. This beautiful thing.
The whole system does not go on TradingView, no.
Will it be available on TradingView in the future?
Not as far as I know. I don't think that's in the woodworks. TradingView has a lot of perks, but they have a very limited amount of brokers. So I don't really see the killer benefit to learning or, trying to get all this stuff downloaded on TradingView. But you can definitely DM Pat and ask him. I compared to how much work that takes, like I don't see that happening personally, but I don't know. That's not my call. So.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Any other questions? All right, guys. Well, I was on here with you for quite a while, so I'm going to hop off. I'm glad we can do kind of these question and answer kind of setups. They're a lot of fun, and I hope you guys got a lot out of them. And I hope you guys enjoy your evening.
Thank you so much, Jenny.
All right, thanks, Jenny.
Good night, guys. Sweet dreams.
Thank you. You too.
You too, Jenny. Good night.
Good night.